Hello and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will discuss about the heart, and the topics which we will cover in this video are: what is the basic anatomy of the heart? Then secondly, we will discuss about what are the three layers of the heart. Thirdly, we will discuss about how the hearts work. Fourthly, we will discuss about the valves of the heart. And fifthly, we will discuss about the heart's electrical system. After that, finally, at last, we will discuss about the blood vessels of the heart, that what is the blood supply to the heart. So these are the main topics which we will cover in this video. So let's start our today's video, that is the heart. So it is very interesting to note that our heart beats 1 lakh times a day, pushing 5,000 gallons of blood throughout our body every 24 hours. It delivers oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to our tissues and carries away waste. Now next we will discuss about what is the basic anatomy of the heart, that what is the anatomical location of the heart in the human body. So let's talk about it. So as we all know that heart is a hollow muscular pump which lies in the medial mediastinum, and it is located between your lungs, in the middle of your chest, behind and slightly to the left of your breastbone, which is also called as sternum. A double-layer membrane called the pericardium surrounds your heart like a sac. So this was all about the basic anatomical location of the heart in the human body. Now next we will discuss about what are the 4 chambers of the heart. So let's talk about them. So our heart consists of 4 chambers, that is 2 atrium and 2 ventricles. So basically upper chambers which receives blood, that is right atrium and left atrium, and it has 2 ventricles, that is right ventricle and left ventricle, which is the 2 lower chambers which discharge blood. The left atria and the left ventricles are separated from the right atria and the right ventricles by a ball of muscle which is called as the septum. So this was all about the 4 chambers of the heart. Now next we will discuss about what are the 3 layers of the heart ball. So basically heart has 3 balls, 3 layers of tissues, that is epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Now let's talk about epicardium. So epicardium is a protective layer mostly made up of the connective tissues. Secondly, myocardium, it is the muscle of the heart. Thirdly, endocardium. So endocardium lines the inside of the heart and protects the valves and the chambers, which we will study later on. So these layers are covered in a thin protective coating which is called as the pericardium. So these are the 3 major layers of the tissues of the heart wall. Now next we will discuss about how the heart works. So let's talk about it. So the heart contracts at different rates depending upon the many factors. At rest, it might beat around 60 times a minute, what it can increase to 100 beats a minute or more. Exercise, emotions, fever, disease, and some medications can influence heart rate. The left and the right side of the heart work in unison. the right side of the heart receives deoxygenated blood and sends it to the lungs, and then the left side of the heart receives the blood from the lungs and pumps it to the rest of the body. The atria and the ventricles contracts and relax in turn, producing a rhythmical heartbeat. Now let's talk about the right side of the heart. So, the right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body through the veins called the superior and the inferior vena cava, which is considered as the largest vein in the body. The right atrium contracts and blood passes to the right ventricle. And once the right ventricle contracts and pumps the blood through the lungs by the pulmonary artery, and where it picks up oxygen and offloads carbon dioxide. Now let's talk about the another side of the heart, that is the left side. So, newly oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium via the pulmonary veins. The left atrium contracts, pushing blood into the left ventricle, and once the left ventricle is full, it contracts and pushes the blood back. So, this is how heart works. Now, heartbeat can be split into two parts, that is diastole and systole. Now, what is diastole and what is systole? So, diastole, first of all, we will talk about. So, the atria and the ventricles relax and fill with blood. So, this is considered as a diastole. Now, what is systole? The atria contracts, that is atrial systole, and push blood into the ventricles. Then as the atria starts to relax and the ventricles contract, which is also called as ventricular systole, and pumps blood out of the heart. So this is called systole. And when the blood is sent through the pulmonary artery to the lungs, it travels through tiny capillaries on the surface of the lungs alveoli, which are called as air sacs, and oxygen travels into the capillaries and carbon dioxide travels from the capillaries into the air sacs, where it is breathed out into the atmosphere. The muscles of the heart need to receive oxygenated blood too. They are fed by the coronary arteries on the surface of the heart. So, this was all about how the heart works. Now next we will discuss about what are the valves of the heart. So basically, heart has 4 valves, that is aortic valve, mitral valve, pulmonary valve, and tricuspid valve. Now let us talk about it. So the heart has 4 valves that help ensure that blood only flows in one direction. First, aortic valve. Aortic valve is located between the left ventricle and the aorta, as you can see here. Second, mitral valve. Mitral valve is located between the left atrium and, as you can see here. Now the third valve, that is pulmonary valve. So it is located between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, as you can see here. Now the fourth valve, that is a tricuspid valve. So it is located or you can say it is situated between the right atrium and the right ventricle, as you can see here. So this was all about the 4 valves of the heart. And these valves play a very important role about the 4 valves of the heart. Now next we will discuss about the heart's electrical system in a very brief manner. Heart's electrical system. So to pump blood throughout the body, the muscles of the heart must be coordinated perfectly, squeezing the blood in the right direction at the right time at the right pressure. The heart's activity, these electrical signals begins at the sinoatrial, or you can say sinus, as a node, which is considered as the heart's pacemaker and which is positioned at the top of the right atrium. This signals causes the atria to contract and pushes the blood down into the ventricles. Then the electrical impulses travels to an area of the cell at the bottom of the right atrium, which is called as AB node, or you can say atrioventricular node. And these cells act as a gate. They slow down the signal so that the atria and the ventricles don't contract at the same time. And there needs to be a slight delay. And from here, the signal is carried along special fibers which are called as Purkinje fibers, which are located within the ventricle walls. They pass the impulse to the heart muscles and causing the ventricles to contract. So this is how heart's electrical system works. So this was all about the heart electrical system. Now the last topic of this presentation, that is blood supply to the heart. That what are the blood vessels of the heart? So basically there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins. You can make a mnemonic to remember them by saying CAB. C-A stands for capillaries, A stands for arteries, and B stands for vein. CAB. So this is a basic mnemonic to remember the blood vessels. Basically we have three types of blood vessels. Okay, so let's talk about it. First of all, we will talk about the arteries. So as we all know that arteries carries oxygenated blood from the heart to the rest of the body, and arteries are strong and stretchy, which help push blood through the circulatory system, and their elastic balls helps keep blood pressure consistent. Arteries branches into smaller arterioles. Now let's talk about the veins. So as we all know that veins carries deoxygenated blood back to the heart and increase in size as they get closer to the heart. Veins have thinner walls than the arteries. Now C, capillaries. So capillaries, they connect the smallest arteries to the smallest veins, and they have a very thin walls which allows them to exchange compounds with surrounding tissues such as carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, waste, and various nutrients. So this was all about the blood vessels. Now as you can see here on the screen, we have provided a picture that what are the major blood vessels, or what is the blood supply to the heart. So you can see here pulmonary arteries, pulmonary veins, coronary arteries, inferior vena cava, superior vena cava. So these are the various blood vessels which provide blood supply, rich blood supply to the heart. The things which one should know about the heart, all you need to know about the heart. That is, what is the basic anatomical location of the heart? What are the various valves of the heart? What are the various chambers of the heart? What are the layers of the heart? And what is the blood supply to the heart especially? So that's all. That's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tension free. Don't forget to meditate and exercise daily, at least for 3 hours. And yes, thanks for watching our video.